Hello and welcome to Sports Tonight. I'm Cecilia Onome Ebi in Lagos.
What a greetings to you wherever you are in the world watching us. In London, I'm Austin Okonakwan. Crucial week in the English Premier League, yes. Cecilia. And fans are looking forward to this one, particularly Chelsea and Arsenal fans.
Obviously, and of course, Man City fans may also have something to say because Pep Guardiola not really happy because of what, Arsenal have been on the 7 games unbeaten run right now. We'll see if West Ham would dent or maybe spoil the party for them this weekend. Also, we'll be talking about the FIFA Women's World Cup trophy still taking, it's still being across, taking its place across the world where the tour is being, the tour of the trophy is going around different countries, and of course today it was another new height for the trophy. 1998, yes, that's when the trophy was actually created and made a stand in New York City, Midtown Manhattan today. Also, we will be having the Super Falcons captain joining us on the program to talk about, of course, the FIFA Women's World Cup preparations for the Super Falcons, the plans and everything, and what it means for Onome Ebi to be going to our 6th World Cup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6th World Cup appearance. That's what she will be making if she made the list to New Zealand and, of course, Australia. Also, we'll talk about NPFL is the weekend, and EPL also gets our attention. And NNL, we just touched down on that a little bit. And the managers, as Austin mentioned, they've been talking about games for the weekend, especially for Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, and Mikel Arteta, all of them talking about the games for this weekend. Well, Austin is a loaded package because it's all football, football, football. And it's a Friday. Weekend is here.
Thank God it's Friday, and it's still an action-packed world of sports. And I love this one because we're still giving attention to women's football, women's sports development, and it's ladies first, Cecilia. So let me give it back to you as we take a look at what's going on, particularly with the women's World Cup, the trophy parade and everything. Look, the build up to this World Cup just makes me want to see the action right away. I'm so loving it.
Yeah, of course, the build up to the World Cup is fantastic simply because, FIFA decided to make this a fantastic one. You don't have a choice than to notice what is actually going on. And today, the FIFA Women's World Cup trophy hits a new height in New York, unveiling the original winner's trophy on the 91st floor of what is billed as Midtown Manhattan's tallest skyscraper. That was done today. And of course, this trophy was designed in 1998. It's made up of gold-plated bronze, polished aluminum, weighs about 4.6 kilograms, and stands 47 centimeters tall. And the lady that is hosting it, that is holding it right now, she happens to be a she has won the World Cup 3 times with the U.S. Heather O'Reilly, 3-time World Cup medalist. Of course, when you have won the World Cup, you have the opportunity to touch it. And also heads of state also have opportunity to touch it. And I'm going to ask Onome when she joins us on the show. She couldn't touch it, but she's dreaming that she may be able to do that someday. Maybe in Australia, New Zealand, who knows what's going to happen. But then if you haven't won it, you cannot touch it. That's why you have former players having the opportunity who have won it to be able to touch this trophy. Remember, 32 countries are participating at this particular World Cup. So the trophy is expected to travel to all the 32 members countries that are participating in it. It was in Abuja earlier, and of course, before it will make the final touchdown to the nation that is hosting, talking about Australia and New Zealand. All right, let's just take a listen to Heather O'Reilly, what it feels like to be able to touch these, and of course, U.S. expectation for the FIFA Women's World Cup.
Quite frankly, a trophy tour is another step to get to the World Cup. So it's a moment of anticipation, of excitement, and what a privilege, to work with FIFA and to hold the trophy in again. And every time that I do, I'm brought back to 2015 when we as a U.S. national team were able to win the World Cup. I think the U.S. team has a really good chance. I mean, obviously they're ranked #1 in FIFA rankings. They are still the team to beat. They're trying to do what has never been done before, and that's win 3 consecutive World Cups. That has been done on the men's side or the women's side. So they have big goals. We always have big goals with the U.S. national team. It's not going to be easy. They just lost to one of their top players in Mallory Swanson, but the U.S. team always has the intangibles, and that's like a winning attitude and a never say die way of approaching big tournaments. When other teams get nervous, the U.S. team seems to bring their best selves. So I like their chances, but the rest of the world is certainly catching up. I think that England probably is the second best team in the world right now. They won the Euros in their home country a couple of years ago. I'm familiar with a lot of those players because I played over with Arsenal's women's team a few years back. And so incredible talent. One of FIFA's goals is to spread soccer throughout the world. So clearly, like, that means, you know, reaching places that have never been done before. On the other side of that, you want to, you know, go places that are treating women the way that, you know, they should be. And so I think it's a difficult situation, but I'm happy to see that really hard questions are being asked and hard dialogues are being had, and hopefully through this beautiful game there will be advancement in the world, and that's what it's all about.
Advancement in the world, and of course the beautiful game of football. Austin, I mean, when you listen and hear, you know, the former players talking about how women's game have actually grown over the years, I mean, it's something we need to cheer up, and it's something we also need to key in to celebrate the sports.
As far as it is, you know, Cecilia, and I told you that's why I'm pumped up about this World Cup. I want to see it because it goes beyond even the players. You know, the level of attention FIFA is given, the increase in prize money. It is now a 32-nation tournament, you know, and just before this World Cup, remember, we were coming from the equality fight. Australia was in it, the United States of America were in it, some other countries did their own silently because we love what women have brought to the game of football, you know, and truly, women deserve more. You know, I keep saying it, that they make the beautiful game, you know, beautiful. So I'm just waiting to see what this World Cup can do to the game, particularly in terms of development, bringing it back to Africa. Look at what Morocco, they are doing for their football. Look at the progress, the experiences. South Africa has been on this for about 5 years and is beginning to show. Nigeria, we know what we are. At some point, we were bossing, but now reality check has come that other persons are catching up. So it goes beyond players. You know, the women's game has grown so much in the last 5 years and has gathered so much followership. So hopefully when Onome Ebi joins us, we'll be able to talk about that, you know, bring it to the Nigerian perspective and see how ready they are for the World Cup.
Obviously, and that's what we're going to do right now. And I believe Onome Ebi is about to join us on the program this evening. Of course, we'll be talking about development of women's game and also what we can expect from the Super Falcons of Nigeria, knowing that this is the World Cup that has 32 nations. The first time we're having 2 countries hosting the World Cup. The first time we're having 32 nations. And of course, the first time we're having FIFA actually increasing the money 3 times compared to what was it in 2019 in France when it was just how many? 24. But now you have 32. So the more the merrier. But at least, obviously, I know the girls will definitely want more money because the prize money for the men is $400 million plus. Yeah, but it might just 150. Yeah, still a long way to go. But then it's a plus from where we are coming from. Remember, in 2015, it's even 10 times lower than what's currently obtainable, right? And that's how low it's been. But with what FIFA is doing, trying to grow the game and trying to put in more money and sponsors are coming in, obviously, maybe the next, after this World Cup, the other one, more prize money will be there. Onome Ebi joins us now from her base. Onome, it's good to have you join us.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you. Okay, let's start up with this. I mean, in Abuja, when you actually saw the FIFA Women's World Cup trophy, and the interview you did after that was, this is something you really want to, someday lift it. What was it like seeing it and also dreaming of actually touching it one time?
When I saw the trophy, I have to ask the lady, can I touch it? And she was like, no, you can't touch it. I'm like, okay, I understand. I can't touch it. I have to win it. I have to deserve it before I touch it. So yeah, it's something I really want to touch. I really want to hold. And even kiss, I believe with what we are working on, our preparation, the kind of players we have with the team, it's possible. And I can't wait. I can't wait for it to start and see how it goes.
Yeah, I believe the energy is actually very, very high compared to what we had before. I'm talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria now. Remember, we had 6 games, winless run, losing streak, more like it. And the fans were not happy with the darling Super Falcons, and people started calling for the head of the coach and everything. Then we didn't have the full complement of the players. Now you have Bizarre Kwanoze coming to the squad. You have Aziza Deshola coming to the squad. And then 3 wins on the bounce. How does this make you feel, knowing that the team is gelling at this time when we are closer to the World Cup?
Yeah, like I always said, no team wants to go out there and lose to any opponent. We always have the mindset of going to win. But when it comes, you lost a game, what a good team will do is, try to figure out your lapses and, work on it. That's our purpose of playing these friendly games. We are not expected to win all the friendly games. But I think it's because the thing just, happened that 6 on a row. It's understandable for the fans, football lovers, to say 1 or 2 things against the team at that time. But we remain focused because we know what, we are preparing for. The technical code, they know what they are preparing for, and they believe in the caliber of players they call to the team. So we're just focused. We never allowed any negative things, any negative talk to get into us. We keep working hard and focusing on our goal. Our goal is the World Cup. With all the friendly games we've been playing, is just to help us get to that level that we want to get to before the World Cup. And I'm happy with the outcome, being focused. The year we are today, 3 games, win 3 games on a row. This is what I want them to talk about now. Now it's time to talk about it. They should come and talk about it, This is what we want them to talk. Yeah, so that's just it. It's just the preparation and the mindset.
Okay, Ossie is already smiling. I guess he's got some questions.
Yeah. Onome, thanks for dragging me out, because yes, I criticize the team, and I do that with love because I know the quality of the Super Falcons, and I'm a big fan, because I've been following your career also, and I know you guys actually have some quality to stun the world. But let's talk about you. In 2019, you made record by becoming the first African to play in 5 FIFA World Cups. If you make it to this FIFA World Cup in New Zealand and Australia, you will break your own record. You've won about 4 African Women's Championship. How do you keep it going?
First, I would say I'm a very dedicated player. Football is something I love. It's not something, I know people learn how to play football, but I always tell people I started playing football from my mom's womb. So it's just something in me that nobody can take. And I put all dedication to it. I am so disciplined in everything I do. I make sure, because discipline will, my mom always tell me, discipline will take you places you don't even expect. And that's for real. I always put my head down, do the right thing at the right time. I'm not perfect, but when it comes to football, I can do anything. I dedicate everything for football. So I think that's what's keeping me going.
Wow, we need to learn from your dedication. Yeah. And you also mentioned discipline, because Onome, you need to be studied and stay focused and keep doing what you're doing. You lead the Super Falcons at a time. To be sincere, Nigerians were worried. They were worried because of the sort of results that the Super Falcons were bringing in. You're close to the team. You should be the longest serving member of the team. You know this team. Onome Ebi, does this team have quality? And we go to the World Cup and conquer.
For me, honestly, I would say this is the best. For me, this is the best of my time with the Super Falcons. I've had best, but for right now is the best, because the kind of caliber of players we have in the team it's something I can't even say. I can't even explain. I'll always say this: we are not going to the World Cup to let's just go there and play. We are going there to be among the four best. Like, honestly, I'm not saying it because, okay, she just want to go there. I'm saying it with all confidence because the kind of players we have now, we have young, we have fast, we have world best, we have like players that are top in their leagues right now. And we have experienced players as well. So any kind of player you're looking for, we have it in the team. So tell me, how would somebody be scared of having this kind of team to the World Cup? I'm super confident. And right now our team is like one of the best and united teams so far. I can beat my chest and tell you that we are so united in the team right now. The spirit of the team is so high. I know the last game we played, honestly speaking, I'm saying it, nobody believed that game would turn out like that. Even people, our own, like, our fans and everyone never believed something like that will happen. But with the kind of spirit we have in the team, anything can happen, and we showed it. That's it. That's football, unity and everything. Matters in football. So
Yeah.
Yes, Cecilia is waiting to jump in, but Onome, we had this sort of confidence for the Super Falcons when you guys were going to Morocco for the African Women's Championship. So what happened?
Yeah. Things happen. Like in football, yes, I am so proud of my team. I will come out and say, but things happen in football. Like, there are so many things around football that it's not outside. So we tried our best. I won't criticize any country or anything, but we all saw what happened. So the players can only do their best, but officiating and every other thing, matters in football as well. And you can't decide for the referees. Whatever the referee, decide, we'll just have to cope with it. But now we have all that in our head, so we'll work against everything.
Interesting. You mentioned the unity in camp, of course, the players togetherness, young and old. The young players that have come in from Falcons, talking about Tosin Dime, defender, Rufiat Imran also coming into that back. How are they actually coping with you guys who are more experienced and also have been in the Super Falcons for a while?
I don't think I even need to explain anything concerning that, because it shows at the last game, like, those players, they are ready. They are determined, and that's where experience comes in. That's when we need experienced players to, carry them along, because they are so young. And no matter what we say, okay, they are good players, but there will be some certain times that they will be scared. Can I do this? Can I do that? That's the time the experience and, older ones give them that morale, that confidence that there's nothing there. Like, before the night before the game against New Zealand, we had a meeting with ourselves, like, how you boost the players, the kind of confidence you give them, the kind of words you tell them before the game, make them ready and believe that these are our kind of, players in our club. So there's nothing different there. There's nothing special there. We go out there and do our thing. So that's just it. Just give them the mind, and they'll go out and play their game without, being scared or playing against a big team or whatever. So you can tell for yourself. No need for me to say anything. They are ready, they are sound, and they can't wait to experience their first World Cup, most of them. So that's it.
We here also can't wait for them. But Onome, we are also still keeping you here. Then we need to go on a break. When we come back, we'll be answering more questions concerning Super Falcons participation at this year's World Cup. Yeah, welcome. But we still have Onome with us, in the studio. Yeah, she's joining us via Zoom. Onome, the question I'm going to ask you now has to do with welfare. I mean, I remember when you guys were going for the Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. I remember she saying, the NFF, you know what to do now, do well, and of course, we'll do you well. More like, let me paraphrase it like that. How is welfare currently with the team?
Yeah, this is the World Cup. Everybody knows what the World Cup is like. It's a world stage. I believe both Nigerians, the Federation, everybody is ready for the World Cup. And I believe there will be nothing like whatever will pass through. Everybody's ready. So, and this is the World Cup we're talking about. So we know what's at stake. We know what, and FIFA it's 100%. With all teams. So the welfare should be 100%. 100%.
Interesting. I like that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Austin, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, Onome, let's bring it back to your career. This is club and country, football we're talking about. And what's going on with you? I know you are Levante. What was the experience there?
Yeah, I had fun. I had my time in Levante, but, because preparing for the World Cup, I have to be like 100% active playing. I don't want to go to where, I'll be sitting on the bench and not have game time. So that was why I said, okay, it's not working for me yet. Like, it's football. You see, good times will come, bad times will come, hard times will come. It's how how you cope, how you blend with it matters. So I just said, okay, I just have to go to where I play. I don't care if it's in Nigeria, I have to be playing. So I just took that bold decision for myself. And I know that there will be like talks all over, but this is me. This is about me. It's my mental health. It's how I feel. It's what makes me happy. So I just have to take that decision. And okay, let me go back to my country. Have a league in Nigeria. So why would I be, stressing myself, doing what I'm not okay with? And yeah, I am being received by a team in Nigeria. So.
Also, tell us about that team. And with you now coming to Nigeria, it puts more emphasis on the talks that we always do in the media that we must develop the league back home so that top players can come back to something good. So with what you've seen, tell us the team that you're training with in Nigeria, and does the NWFL have the sort of quality that we need to take football in Nigeria to the next level?
Yeah, well, they're really trying in Nigeria, because when I left Nigeria a long time ago, it's not like this right now. Like, the media is trying, and the teams are trying as well. Officiating, it's better now, unlike those days. I think there's improvement, but there's definitely, we need more improvement. There's a lot to be done still, but yeah, there's improvement.
What team are you training with?
Yeah, I'm with Abia Angels right now. Yeah, I'm with Abia Angels. It's not Eden. I'm with Abia Angels.
Nice. Okay, Cecilia.
Yeah, I mean, we would love to keep you, but then, I know you have to go. But finally, what would you advise for the growth of women's football in Nigeria, both at league level and also at an international level? What would you advise to the organizers, to Federation, and of course, to CAF, and how we can actually grow this game? Because other countries are obviously catching up with us.
Yeah, I think first thing is facilities. We need a lot of facilities in our league in Nigeria, mostly the pitch we train, the equipment we train with. And again, we need sponsors. The media are trying, but I think we still need more media. We need more publicity with the league. And I think we can only achieve that if we have sponsors. And before any sponsor will want to come to any organization, they'll have to see something they will benefit from. So we have to do something really good. The structure of the league has to be standard in a way that we attract, sponsors to come and, invest in the league. I think we can start from that, and we need, if we can have more academy, very young players. Not, in Nigeria, we like teams when everybody's all grown, we start, fighting to make it. We just have to start from the grassroots, have more foundation academics, where younger ones can go and start developing something. I think that will help in Nigeria.
All right, Onome Ebi, we want to thank you so much for joining us, this evening on the program. Hopefully, we can have you again before the World Cup, and all the best as you prepare for your 6th World Cup. I mean, I'm amazed, really.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. Austin, will it be women's football, or you have one or two things to say before we go to NPFL games for this weekend?
I think Onome did justice to it. And Cecilia, it's not far from the things we've been talking about. We know women's football has got the potentials to, be better than what it is at the moment. But it's so encouraging to see players like Onome Ebi with the experience that she's got come back home, to the league. It's a source of encouragement, motivation, inspiration to players of Abia Angels and even the league in general. Because don't forget, she started from here.
Yeah.
So imagine if we do more and Asisa Toshola doesn't like one contract she's given in Europe or something, and she says, I'm going back home. That's what they do in Argentina. That's what they do in Brazil. So I love it so much, and we just hope that, Onome Ebi will continue to do well, and the Super Falcons will, bring back the glory days.
Yeah, we can't wait for that glory days so that you stop talking. All right, let's take a look at the games for this weekend. Austin. Well, now it's time to talk about the league for this weekend. Games for this weekend. We know on Saturday, starts on Saturday, where you have Nasarawa United and Gombe United. They will be in action on Saturday. Flip over to Group B. The teams in action, you have Abia Warriors and Sunshine Stars will be in action on Saturday. But then Group A, Sunday's fixtures, Academy Warriors and Shooting Stars. You have Kwara United and Eimba, Plateau United and Akwa United. These two sides, that's going to be a game to watch out for. Remo Stars and Bene Insurance Austin, the game would definitely be looking out for. Let's dissect this Group A first before we move over to the other side. Okay, we still continue. Group B, this is Abia Warriors and Sunshine Stars. You have Enugu Rangers and Niger Tornadoes. All these are the games we have for this weekend from Group A. Now Group B, Bayelsa United and Lobby Stars. You have Doma United and Wiki Tories, Rivers United and Dakada, bottom of that Group B. They'll be in action against Rivers United. From that loss at Lobby, hopefully they want to take charge of that. Austin, I know you want to talk about Bene Insurance, right? Bene Insurance and Remo Stars. When you look at these two teams, sometimes you remember what happened the last time, NNL. And then they went to Benin, they lost. But now, this is the first time Bene Insurance will going back to that stadium after what happened when they were literally driven out of the stadium because of fans' trouble and everything. But now, they are back there again in NPFL. Both sides are meeting.
And it's a good time for Bendel Insurance to go there because Remo Stars, they have their best behavior now because of what happened.
3 points
game against Gombe United, and they lost 3 points. So they will behave themselves so well now. And you see, when teams behave so well, they stay focused and they do their thing. Look at how they went to Shooting Stars and then came back, managed to, get a 1-1 draw. I think they won their last game. So with this now, they are proving some relevance on that Group A table. They will be beating themselves so hard that if only they behaved well and they had those points with Aqua United playing a draw and Plateau United, I think, losing one and winning one. Remo Stars would confidently be on the second position of the table. Insurance, now they are under pressure. Yes, 4 draws is better than 4 losses, but they really need to start winning. And that's what Monday Ogike and his team need to do against Remo Stars. Find a way. They've gone to Aqua United to win. They've gone to El Kanemi in Maiduguri, a difficult ground, to win. So they can also, go to Ikene, a good place, good pitch, and with Remo Stars that are good behavior, we'll see beautiful football, Celia.
That's what we'll be expecting. As you said, they need to win because they've won 7 games. Remo have won 6. And if you take a look at their draws, 6 draws, not good for Bene Insurance. Yes, they haven't lost a game, but the point difference right now, Bene Insurance on 27, Remo is on 22, so it's just a 5. It's not much, so they need to stop the draws and see how they can maintain that unbeaten run and also get into, of course, we know the Super 6, of course, is now, we know they've already gotten that ticket. Yeah, they have, because when you look at it, how many games we have left, yes, they have, but then they need to win, and they need to maybe teach Remo Stars a lesson because of what happened the last time. But another game, when you look at the game between Kwara United and Plateau United, these two sides, Plateau and Akwa United. Akwa United second on the log, and of course, after that, they both have won 6 games each. No, Plateau United has won 5, Akwa has won 6. But the difference in points is not much. Plateau United on 18, Akwa United 23. Of course, you say this is a must-win, but they're going to just...
Yeah, this is a big game, very big, very important game for both sides. And my NPFL, spirit tells me it's going to end in a draw. But if Plateau United, stay focused, do enough, they might just win it, because Aqua United somehow, they know how to just lose their focus. But both sides will look at that league table and see why somebody needs to win it. Because Bendel Insurance are comfortable at the moment. Second and third also needs to be comfortable, because look who is breathing down. Aimba, Remo Stars. United, they are former league champions. They have tasted continental football. It will be very difficult for them, if they don't make it to the Super Six. Same as Aimba, same as Aqua, same as Remo Stars, who also played continental football last season. Group A is on fire, Cecilia.
Yeah, obviously that's the team. That's the group that is on fire because of the caliber of teams that you have there. Let's quickly flip over to the EPL because at time, it's going. Director said 8 minutes. Yes, I think we'll have this time to quickly run through the Premier League. Time we start today's fixtures. We have Aston Villa and Newcastle. These two sides, of course, we know now they know how to score. Chelsea and Brighton, Everton and Fulham, Southampton and Crystal Palace will be in action this Saturday. Of course, Tottenham and Bournemouth will also join them. Wolves and Brentford. You also have Manchester City and Leicester City. These are fixtures for Saturday. Let's flip over to what we have on Sunday. That's where you have Arsenal, West Ham in action, Nottingham and Manchester United, and Leeds United and Liverpool. That game is on Monday, and these are the games you have for this weekend. Austin, let's start off with the one with, of course, Arsenal, obviously. I mean, when you look at, before we go to Arsenal, let's talk about Klopp a little bit. Before we go there, I mean, when you look at Liverpool, I mean, there's this story of Jude Bellingham, coming into the team. They want to get him, but somehow they've lost interest because according to The Athletic, we learned that the money Borussia Dortmund is demanding is £130 million for a player that have scored 10 goals this season and 7 assists in all the competition. So, Osimhen should be worth £200 million if you say that.
I know what you did right there, Cecilia. But it is what it is. And that's why we're saying that we need to do more to develop the league. The media needs to get into it also. We need to see it as business. We need to, give it visibility and credibility. This is Jude Bellingham we're talking about. He's arguably the most improved English player in the last 3 years. Yes, Bukayo Saka is doing his thing, but when I say most improved, from when he went to Dortmund, to the World Cup, to returning, somehow they find a way to be talking about him. So yes, his value will rise. Well, let's come back to the English Premier League. Important game for us now because that's a London derby. And West Ham somehow knows how to take on Arsenal. So we'll see what will come out of that fixture. But the Jurgen Klopp has been speaking ahead of that clash against Leeds United. So let's listen to him and then we'll come right back.
And it's not about Jude Bellingham now, my answer now. Definitely not. But it's always the case. I never understood. Why we constantly talk about things we theoretically cannot have. So we cannot have 6 players in a summer for everybody's 100 million, for example. Everybody would say that's okay, that's kind of clear. So, and that's the thing, you have to realize what you can do, and then you have to work with it. So how much money do we have available, and then you have to work with it, and that's the job you have to do. And it's not about, we are not children. When I ask a 5-year-old at Christmas, what do you want for Christmas? And I tell you, I want to have, I don't know, a Ferrari. You wouldn't say, oh, that's a good idea. You would say, no, it's too expensive, and anyway, you cannot drive it. So, and that's how it is. If this kid is then the whole life unhappy because he cannot get a Ferrari, that would be a really sad life. It's just, what can you make? What can you do? And then you do it. And then you work with that. And nothing else to say about what we need and what we want. We try absolutely everything to get it. But there are moments when you have to accept that this or that is not possible for us. And then you just step aside and do different stuff.
So now you know why they have to end it, because when it's not possible, you just have to end it. But let's listen to Mikel Arteta talking about the game against West Ham, because he understands that they need luck, and not just luck. They also need to keep winning to be able to win the title for the first time since 2004.
You need luck in the right moment. That luck, why that luck is coming from, I think is really important, and how you think about it and what is going to happen. But yeah, is another part in the sport. Sometimes about inches, and those inches has to go your way. We are where we are. We are happy where we are, and now we have to finish the job. And in order to do that, we're going to demand an extra bit for everybody. Very difficult game. We know we've been there a few times, and we always find really tricky and difficult games. I know David really well and how he's going to prepare the game as well, and we are ready. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be another big derby for us, and we're going to have to be at our best to win it. I think more than respect, I think is admiration. I love playing under him. I would go through a brick wall for him when he was my manager. I think everybody would in that squad. Really good coach, exceptional and managing the group and dealing with the individuals, and then a very special person, a really special human being, very trustworthy, and a man who honors his word, and he always did it, and someone that I learned a lot from.
Yeah, when your former player is praising you and is about to face you, what do you expect, Austin? I mean, we know Arsenal 6 points are clear ahead of Man City, who of course have a game in hand. They will be playing Leicester City, and if they win that, Arsenal is playing on Sunday. That's more pressure on the Gunners before West Ham game.
And then play Manchester City, I think, next week, Wednesday, So it's really tough for the Gunners. They need beyond luck. They need to show that they need this title race. They need to fight Cecilia, because at this stage of the season, if you blink, you start asking questions. West Ham, they are in a position where they don't like at the moment. Same with Man City. They're going to be playing Leicester City, and Leicester City now, they have this confidence around them not to be relegated. So it's going to be really tough for both sides.
It's going to be a tough one for both sides, especially when you look at 14th place, right? And David Moyes, I mean, West Ham, sometimes you see them winning games you don't expect them to win, and losing the games you expect them to win. I mean, just the Conference League where they play, it was a draw. We expected them to win that game fair and square, but somehow they just couldn't. And bringing that form and getting to play Arsenal.
Yeah, no, I think it was a good result for them away from home, because Ghent had chances to win that one. Even Nigeria's Orban at some point, and I think struck the woodwork, but West Ham, they were able to keep their own together, pick a draw back home. So against Arsenal, it's always difficult to predict how it's going to go, because as I said, it's a London derby. Yeah. And if you look at the table where West Ham is at the moment, and Moyes is in... It's not desperate. He's under pressure to turn things around. For Mikel Arteta, theirs is the title, you know. So it's tough. But let's see. With character, they might just get the result. But it's difficult to predict these things. So I'm not going to do it. I'll just say time goes. Cecilia won't ask me to make a prediction as to what's going to happen. But I know it's going to be very tough this weekend for Arsenal and Manchester City.
All right. I know we have to go, right, to wrap this up.
We have to go. I was hoping we were going to talk about Manchester United.
I know, he's a roots now.
Villa, loves the Europa League, but
we'll talk about the second leg.
It's the show in London. I'm Austin Okonakwan. In everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Have a good night's rest.